Yo guys, what is going on? I'm back to another video now. It is officially been confirmed, and yes, I was correct when I made a video a few weeks ago and said Jonathan Woodgate will be the new Borough manager. That was my prediction, and boom. Well, today, head coach, manager, there's a big slash in the middle of them two, manager and head coach. But yes, I was correct. Not to blow me on trumpet and say look at me, but yeah, brownie points to go to me on that one. But yeah, Jonathan Woodgate is confirmed. I do think. Listen, a lot of Borough fans sort of knew before it even got announced that we all sort of seen sort of like betting sort of, I don't know, numbers if you like or whatever, odds, and we're seeing how slashes I got and how odds only was for so many weeks, and now he's here. So, you know, there's a lot of talk that Steve Van was going to come in as well with him, but he never did. Brought in Leo Perkovic, Robbie Keane, which is an absolute massive one, of Danny Coyne. So Danny Coyne will now go and be the goalkeeping coach, and then obviously his assistant to Jonathan Woodgate will be Robbie Keane and Leo Perkovic. Now, Leo Perkovic, that is a clever move for me to bring him in, because we, as Borough fans, love Leo. When we came back last year, or should I say season before, sorry, against Aston Villa in that first leg at the Riverside, the noise he made on that stadium to get everyone off the seat and everyone behind him showed you how much respect and how much a Borough fans have time and respect for Leo. I love the guy. I think he brings a massive, and I mean a massive, passion and atmosphere to Riverside or to any sort of away game that Borough playing. So I'm absolutely loving that Leo's come back. Robbie Keane, a massive name, massive name, and he's going to be coaching these strikers at our football club. And it's sort of like an answer I've been waiting for years. Robbie Keane is here, and I'm not saying that he was the man that everybody wanted, because listen, I bet there's people out there that don't even want Woodgate, but I'm going to wish him all the best, because listen, I'm going to get behind him all the way. I watched his first press conference today. Neil Bowser was there, Adrian Bedlington, Steve Gibson, of course Jonathan Woodgate, and the way Woodgate was talking got me fired up, and I was sat in my chair here watching the press conference. He says he's got a philosophy, he wants to see attacking football, and them two things there I just think fantastic, because I can't watch another season of long ball, no ideas, there's no plan B, plan A didn't work, let's go and lose the game. I can't watch that no more, but Woodgate looks like he's always got his head screwed on. He knows exactly what he wants. He wants to play some of the youth. And I've said it from last season. Let's build a team around the youth, or even bring some of the youth in. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of lads there that, in my opinion, should be in this first team, or even on the bench trying to get experience, like Nathan Wood, who should be playing more. But Army, Mamutovic, obviously, you know what I mean? All got the little kids in there. Fletcher, Wing, Tavernier's got to be played more. He's one that has to be played more for me. But you know what it is? I do trust him as well. I do trust Woodgate. From the way he's talking today, it just looks like he's ready for the new season. He's got his philosophy. He's got his team behind him. And he knows what he wants. And for me, that's all I want to see as a Borough fan. At the end of the day, if I'm putting my money over to the club, I want to know that as soon as I pay my money for a ticket, I'm going to be entertained. I don't want to go in there and just see long balls for 90 minutes. It isn't what I want to see. But with Woodgate, he's already said that there and then, that, you know what I mean, his aim is to bring back the Borough fans. Because listen, everyone's divided. You know, everyone's divided. People did not want Woodgate. People did. If he can start getting results, if he can get the way, see if he can get the team playing in the way that he wants them to play in, I guarantee that we'll have over 23,000 every single match day. If he can get him playing the way he wants to, and I'd love to go to the Riverside, right, every single match day and see a sold out Riverside Stadium. That would be the best thing ever. And I'm putting all my trust right now in Woodgate, and obviously, you know what I mean, obviously, like the three people that came in with him, I trust that he can do a job for us. He's here on a 3-year contract. Of course, it's a financial fair play, so in the transfer market, we have to go for some players here and there, and obviously not so much cheat, if you like. You know what I mean, try and bring in the players that we're doing here. But this is going to be an interesting season, and it's one of them where I think we still need to tighten up. We do need to tighten up the squad. We need a bit more pace in the midfield, a bit more creativity. Don't get me wrong, we've already got it in Lewis Wing, but you know what I mean, I feel like you need someone there with him as well to try and get a bit more creative inside the midfield. 2 up front as always. Need a new left back. Need a new right back. Aidan Flint, there's rumours that he could be leaving. If that is true, then go and get a solid centre back. And across your midfield, do you know what I mean? Do you stick with your Adam Claytons? Of course, Downing's gone now, so does that open up the door for Tavernier? Braithwaite's back. So will Braithwaite get a look in this season, or will he go? Do you know what I mean? There's all these sort of things now bouncing around the season. And now that all this stuff has been confirmed, I can now bring you guys, literally, the insights to all the transfers and whatnot on the channel. But I'm absolutely over the moon. I can't lie to you, I'm absolutely over the moon. Purely because that's the mindset Woodgate put me in after one press conference with the guy that lasted 15 minutes. The way he was talking, It just seemed like he's ready for it. I mean, he's ready for the challenge, and he wants it, and that's what I want to see. At the end of the day, as I've already said there, if you're paying your money over the turnstile, you want to be entertained, and I reckon that's what he will bring us. So it's one of them where I look at it now, bring on the new season. Pre-season fixtures came out as well, and listen, there's 4 games that are in England, and the other 2, I believe, are in Germany or somewhere in Europe. So we've got the likes of Gateshead, Hartlepool, Salford, and St Etienne, which is going to be a fantastic game, the St Etienne one. But at the same time, Hartlepool's on the Sunday. I don't know the date of it. Is it the 10th? Is it? I know Gateshead's away. I think that's a Saturday or a Sunday. I think Salford, obviously that's obviously at the class of '92. Well, I should say, well, some of them own it, some of them are in it. Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Beckham, Giggs, Scholesy. So hopefully, I can be able to get them on the channel. You never know, see if their players are there or see if their men are there. Do you know what I mean? I might be able to get them on the channel. But overall, pre-season, let's have a good pre-season. Last season was a little bit hit and miss. Do you know what I mean? Some results went here, some results went there. And I know a lot of people say, well, don't worry about it. But I believe that the pre-season, with the results, you know, we went to Rochdale and got beat after winning 2-0. Dakin Stanley got beat 4-3. And it just didn't fill you with loads of confidence going from that pre-season into the new season. So I'm hoping that this time round, you know what I mean, we can have a proper good pre-season, get ourselves fired up for it, get ready for it, get straight into the action in August, and just go and just give our absolute best for the season. But the main thing that's on my head is we have to get promoted. There's no more parachute payments. And if we don't go up this season, I do think it's going to get harder and harder and harder financially, and trying to attract players in and whatnot, because then what happens then is, if you're not starting to go up again, like I put on word for years and years and years, before we did go up and get relegated, it's hard to attract the best players. Right now, Woodgate's going to have links to Tottenham and whatnot, and Real Madrid possibly, same too with Robbie Keane, to whoever he's been. So we might be able to bring in some top names, or some youngsters coming through, but to bring them into Butter, and hopefully they can do a job. Do you know what I mean? Listen, Derby did it. Do you know what I mean? Tom Lawrence, Harry Wilson, Mason Mount. Do you know what I mean? You've seen the effect that they had on Derby's team. Young lads on loan. Borough go do the same thing and bring exciting football. That's all I want to see as a fan. That's all I'm crying out for now. Is that in this new season, I want to see exciting football. I want to be on the edge of my seat. I want to see the atmosphere absolute booming. I want to see a sold out Riverside Stadium. That's the kind of things I want to see as a, you know what I mean, just as a fan, because I'm putting all my trust now in Woodgate that he can get the job done this season and hopefully get us back up to the Premier League. I'm putting all my trust in him, 100%. I'm sticking with him. Woodgate, as a fan of the Butter, as a big time supporter, I'm putting all my trust in you to go and do the job. He signed on a 3-year deal. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't look like he's going to mess about. By the way he's talking, philosophies and everything else, it looks like he's got his head screwed on. We've got Danny Coyne as well, who's come back as a goalkeeping coach. Danny Coyne, for me, wasn't a bad goalkeeper when he's here. And I know a lot of Butter fans will go, oh, are we, mate? But I don't think it was too bad, Danny Coyne. At the end of the day, which other goalkeepers we have around him at the time? He weren't the worst, and maybe he wasn't the best, but he was a decent goalkeeper. He's got experience as well, and he knows his goalkeepers inside and out. Do you know what I mean? He's mastered it. Do you know what I mean? He knows them inside and out. Danny Coyne, again, trusting him. Do you know what I mean? And Randolph with Danny Coyne, bit of, you know what I mean? Bit of experience on both sides, really. Do you know what I mean? Danny Coyne, and of course, Dan Randolph, who played Premier League. Maybe he's able to get a bit of chemistry going in that way. And of course, you look at Leo Perkovic, who's going to be sort of an assistant. And if I was trying from Woodgate, I'd say to him, you do the team talks for every single game, because he knows what the passion is. Of course, Woodgate knows it as well. And that's the one thing I love. You got Woodgate there, and you got Leo there, and them two love the Butter. Do you know what I mean? Even though Leo's from Brazil, they both love the Butter. They both know what it means to us fans, you know what I mean, for this town, to go there every single Saturday, or every other Saturday, and watch the Butter. We know exactly what it means, you know what I mean, atmosphere-wise. Leo, Woodgate, fantastic. And of course, Robbie Keane, the experience, the player that he was. And I'm thinking this, right? Jermaine Defoe, right? And a lot of you might be thinking what I'm going to say. Jermaine Defoe was best mates at Tottenham, really, with Robbie Keane. If Robbie Keane could somehow get Jermaine Defoe to come to the Butter for the season, Jermaine Defoe can still score. He's still got the pace. He can still beat a man. I don't see the problem in even going in for Jermaine Defoe and trying to bring him into Butter. If I was them, that's the first guy I'd be looking at, is Jermaine Defoe, either on loan or to buy for a season or 2 seasons. He's an exciting player still. He's still got it. You know what I mean? At his age, you know what I mean? He's in his 30s, but he's still got it a bit. That's what I'd be looking at, Jermaine Defoe. But overall, do you know what I mean? I'm happy with all the assistants that we've brought in. I'm happy with Jonathan Woodgate as head coach. He's the manager, he's the head coach. But overall, do you know what I mean? Now with the transfers, who's going to go out, who's going to come in? 4 players have already been released, as we already know. bring in some signings, strengthen up the squad. We go to pre-season, we smash out the pre-season, go into August, and we just see what happens. Fixtures get released next week, I believe, so it'll be really, really exciting to see who on earth will play in the first game of the season. Hopefully it isn't Swansea away or Cardiff away, so it's absolute miles away. Wherever it is, I will be there. Can't wait for the new season. Can't wait to follow the Borough once again on the road. As always, people, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the new season. Up the Borough.